Welcome to 2004 Podcast Odyssey. I'm Javon Gordon.
I'm Bobby DeVore. Today we're gonna do three.
Four?
Three.
How many episodes of the season?
20. The last one we did was 13, 14. So
Oh, yeah.
we're doing 15, 16, and 17.
Yeah, 15, 16, and 17.
Because 19 and 20.
Season 2. Yeah, 19 and 20. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, our one episode, really. So in this one, we are doing 15, 16, 17 of Orel, of our Orel commentary.
As you can tell, we definitely planned this intro.
Yes.
As we have the entirety of this series.
Yeah, all of that was scripted. We're looking at scripts right now. We're in a studio.
We just do a really good job of acting like we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, we've gotten so good at what we're doing, we started acting like we couldn't do it.
We're professionals at this. Trust us, folks.
Yes. So, episode 15.
What's the episode called?
It is called Courtship.
Called Courtship.
Courtship.
Yeah.
Cornship. And,
Everyone knows what courtship is.
Courtship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
First thing, you
It's the episode where Doey learns what love is.
Yeah, it is the episode where Doey learns what love is. He experiences something that's like it for the first time in his fucking life. So, you noticed something, like, right off the bat. I should say, I believe this is the second time that Moral's worn a Groucho mask.
Probably.
I think so. I think it's at least the second, for the intro, but,
They may have just reused it from that same episode.
It's very possible, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was written by Scott Aukerman, Neil Campbell, and Paul Rust. Is it Campbell or Campbell?
It's Neil Campbell. Whose name is Campbell?
You would be surprised, my guy.
It's Neil Campbell.
Okay, it's Campbell. Like, people put a P in Campbell.
It's Campbell.
There's like a P and a B.
Yeah.
But you noted that, and that's also something, you being a huge fan of those guys.
Yeah.
Noticed that throughout the episode. There's a lot of, sort of cleverness.
Podcast comedy nerd that I am.
Yeah. There's a lot of bang style comedy.
Yeah.
In this episode.
Yeah.
So we open with something I want to ask you if you've ever done.
What?
So it opens with Doey's parents doing the hand vagina.
I've never done that.
You've never done that?
No.
Have we ever done that?
We can't do it now due to the novel coronavirus, but...
That's the first time I've ever heard you call it the novel coronavirus. That's cool.
Yeah, I just keep on reading it, and I said it because
More
to be
people
funny.
need to say it, yeah.
I said the novel coronavirus because I thought it would be funny.
Man, the novelty hasn't worn off that yet.
Yeah.
The hand vagina thing, I never really understood, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it vaguely looks like your hand vaguely looks like a vagina.
A long time ago, I remember in 6th grade, I went along with it because I thought it was a funny thing to do because I saw an episode of Beavis and Butthead where they did it and they were like, now switch.
Were those really your comedic idols? Is that what you really like? You thought that as a kid, did you watch Beavis and Butthead and go, this show thinks these guys are funny and not these guys thinks these guys are funny because they're stupid and shouldn't be looked up to? But you watched it with like genuinely admiring and looking up to these guys as heroes, right?
So, you know when you're a kid and you imitate and then you realize later on...
You play frog baseball too?
No. So when I was a kid, I emulated a lot. And then as I got older, I realized why those things were funny.
Yeah.
And I think there's a thing you do as a kid where you realize something is funny, but you don't realize the reason it's funny, but you want that attention.
I mean, I did that with joke structures.
Explain.
I did things that weren't particularly fun. I would write stuff and say jokes that weren't even particularly funny to me, but I recognized that they were funny from stuff I watched because I've always been a comedy nerd.
Yeah.
And I made lawyer jokes in elementary school, not barely even understand what a lawyer is, but I would write that in the shit. I would write, and he was a lawyer. I mean, he was a snake or a reptile or something, but he was
a lawyer.
Yeah, like some sort of lawyer is a reptile joke.
Okay. So I did stuff my biggest example of this is like racial humor.
So you were just racist?
Yeah. I thought it was funny to be like, I don't know, man. I can't justify it. It sounds like that's what I'm trying to do. But like, I did that sort of shit. So like, there's a part of me that realized, oh, this is kind of funny and they're stupid because they're, whatever. But also, there was a little bit of recognition of that as an archetype I could beat.
So they would have loved, like, the moral guardians in the 90s would have loved you. They could actually go, I'll see.
Yeah.
But see the harmful influence of Beavis and Butthead on our kids?
No, here's the thing, though. It didn't influence kids of the time. It influenced the next generation of kids.
It influenced the next generation of kids to be stupid.
Because they were the ones that saw it at a more impressionable age. They didn't see it for what it was. They saw it for what they thought it was.
It probably happened in both generations.
Yeah, but okay. So I remember doing this with a kid.
He closer than Mike.
Yeah. So I remember doing the hand vagina with a kid in my...
Doing the hand vagina. Do the hand vagina.
With my...
Do the hand vagina.
It was in my 6th grade math class, and nobody would do the thing with the kid, and I knew what he was trying to do, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, I've always wanted to do that, and we did it, and then we switched.
You always wanted to do that.
I saw it, and I, like, no one, you can't, if somebody doesn't
My dream was to do that.
If somebody doesn't understand the situation, you can't get them to do it. So he was like trying to get one of his friends to do it, and we weren't like really friends.
Yeah.
We bonded over that because he was like trying to get somebody to do it, and I was like, dude, I'll do that. I've always wanted to do that. We did that, and then I was like, now me, and we did it again. And like was so chipper to fucking.
If
do
I
the
saw
hand
that,
vagina.
I'd be like, hey, you keep on doing a hand vagina. Somebody's hand vagina's gonna get fucked. And this.
That would also be another moment from my life I would like to watch. If time travel was possible.
You would go back in time and fuck the hand vaginas you and that dude were.
If you could, like, in this situation.
I know, fuck an adult that looks a lot like me. It's with his penis out.
Okay, listen. If you could, like,
I'm going back in time to commit pedophilia on myself as a child.
Also, that's
I'm sorry, wife and kids. I'm going back in time.
That's a thing we would have to figure out. That's
to prevent pedophiles from getting. Oh yeah, we've been talking about what would you do if you had time machines.
So
like in how the laws and the rules about time travel, if it was commercially available.
We would have to come to moral conclusions about this shit before we could allow it.
Yeah,
we have to think of all possibilities.
No pedophile. If you are on the sex offender registry, you can't get a time machine.
Yeah,
obviously,
but here's the question, man: is that just like premature masturbation at that point?
What?
Is that masturbation?
What are you talking about?
Like, do clone rules apply to your past self?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you fuck your past self, is that pedophilia if they're underage?
Yes.
But clone rules don't apply? What if you fuck yourself
if your past self is
age?
then no, it's not pedophilia. It's weird, but it's not pedophilia.
Okay, but if you want to fuck yourself as a kid,
yes,
then it's pedophilia. Because ultimately you want to fuck a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if it is yourself. Okay. What about, we never talked about this ghost style time travel.
What do you mean?
Like just voyeurist time travel.
You're invisible?
Yeah. Ultimately that would be the best way to time travel. You couldn't affect the future. You couldn't affect the past.
I mean, my idea of time travel is like ignoring a bunch of shit, like actual facts, like fact that if time travel were to exist, it would actually, you'd only be able to go to the future.
Well, this is if we could do any of it.
Yeah, and also my version of time travel, there's no such thing as a butterfly effect.
So ultimately, you can agree with me that a voyeuristic style time travel, where you cannot affect anything, is the best method of time travel.
In a world where there is the butterfly effect, yeah. Okay. But in my world, in my fiction, no.
Now, I understand the want to remove that movie from your mind, but
it's actually a pretty good movie.
Okay.
I kind of enjoyed it. The first one.
There was a second Butterfly Effect?
Yeah.
It's
terrible.
Butterfly Effect 2. The future is affected again.
No. Butterflu Gulu. Butterflugaloo.
Butterfly 2. Effect Jigaloo.
Effect Gigolo.
You remember American
Butterfly Gigolo, huh?
Butterfly Gigolo would be a cool name for like a psych band. Like a band of
psych?
A band for psychology majors. A band full of psychologists.
No, what are you trying to say though?
A psych rock. I just completely forgot the rock. Unlike Hollywood has. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah. Get closer to the mic.
So this whole episode is about Moral Orel.
All right.
We have talked the entirety of the episode of Moral Orel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not about Moral Orel.
In the episode, we, for the first time ever, see Doey, Orel's best friend's parents.
Yeah, and they are literally teenagers.
They're depicted as acting like teenagers. I don't think they actually are.
Okay. But they don't have the same like age look to them like Moral's parents.
They don't really have an age. They just look more like adults. I think what their show is going for is that they're probably about similar age as Orel's parents. Yeah. They just never grew up mentally.
Yeah. And I think that's like, it's more symbolic than anything.
They're depicted as looking probably how they looked in high school.
So
actually, no. I don't know how much of a spoiler this is. They're in a future episode in season 3. They're depicted as going to the same high school as the girl that works at the sex shop.
That makes sense.
So I think they're her age.
So maybe younger.
Yeah, they may be young. They're maybe younger than
but still full-blown adults.
Yeah, full-blown adults with a child.
Yeah.
And they actually act like teenagers. He still is wearing his Letterman jacket.
Yeah, she's still wearing her like poodle skirt.
Yeah.
get up,
Yeah.
cheerleader get up.
Yeah.
Type shit.
And they treat
Doughy.
yeah, like a annoying little brother, and just give him money to go
Pretty
away.
much, yeah. You know, we've talked about like, so my sister has called me kid for the past like 13 years of my life.
Yeah.
At least.
Which is why you refer to everybody you meet as kid as well.
Yeah. So, but she does it in a loving way.
Yeah.
Because we are our own parents. So like they refer to him as kid. They don't even refer to him as son or Doughy.
No.
It's very weird. But also, so they give Doughy just hand him wads of
They
cash.
have no affection for him.
Yeah. So they hand him wads of cash.
Yeah, they go away.
Where are they getting this cash?
It's not explained, or it doesn't matter.
Is it spoilers if it doesn't happen?
It's
more of a general question.
No, I don't think so.
So it never.
It's never explained.
It's never. But do they continue with that? Is that spoiler?
Also, do you know what Orel's parents do? I mean, Orel's dad does?
Not yet.
Then there you go.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Do we ever find out?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
But we never learn what his parents do, and it doesn't matter.
Okay. So
they're adults. They have adult
Yeah.
money, and they just
they
hand
have
them adult money to go
money,
away.
And then like so. And we were talking about this. We're not 100%. We should probably go back and look. We should fact check some shit.
What?
So the ice cream man. We finally get a name for him.
Yeah.
Mr. Creepler.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders if that's like a Keebler joke, like a Keebler elf joke.
I think it's a joke. I don't think it's a joke on that.
Okay.
I think it's not even a joke on lur names. It's just on
Just a
names.
creep? Yeah.
Yeah, just
That's the joke.
so they can fit the creep into the name.
And so it's already been established that he sort of has a creep thing for
A
Doughy.
crush, a pedophilic crush on Doughy.
I don't like that. I think that diminishes the disgusting nature of it.
It's a
He is a
pedophilic attraction.
No, pedophilic infatuation.
All these words mean the same thing. So I
Pedophilic
know
obsession.
you want to like not attach the fact to pedophilia to these words, but like I don't think it makes these words gross by just acknowledging that.
I just crush is kind of little too there. It's like
Crush, there is a certain innocence in crush. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saying crush is the same thing as saying like a pedophilic, undying love and gratitude for it. like it's making it seem it's too like almost justifying.
A pedophilic obsession, really, with Doughy.
Yeah, one of the terms I said. So. In this situation, and Moral, of course.
Get closer to the mic.
Although Moral sort of takes a sidestep in this episode, he is the one that sort of moves things forward by saying that, pointing out to Doughy that his parents never really call him son or Doughy. Or give a shit about him.
Sidestep? Well, I know what you're trying to say. He's just like he's a minor. He's not like the major role. He's supporting role. He's what Doughy usually is in this.
But he's doing what he normally does.
Yeah,
and that is
pretty much propelling the plot by giving bad advice the entire episode.
Yeah. So. What ends up happening is that Doughy starts realizing this, starts getting kind of down, starts thinking about how his parents don't care about him. And then he becomes asphyxiated.
Asphyxiated?
Yeah, he becomes strangled by the teacher.
He becomes fixated. He gains a
fixated. That's what I was actually trying to say. A pedophilic fixation.
Well, not really on his part.
Yeah,
adolescent.
Creepler.
In fact, yes.
Also, that's really hard to say.
What, fixated?
No, pedophilic fixation. Try to say it.
Pedophilic fixation. You said sing it, right?
Oh, dude, I didn't know you knew Gigi Allen's sides.
I got up. Oh god, that awful laugh.
I've noticed myself slipping into bad laughs, and those make me laugh harder, so it just perpetuates. It's gross. It's not good. It's a bad habit.
Perpetuates. All right, so
dude, can
we didn't go to.
Can I make an aside really quick? I've been Dr. Coxing a lot.
I don't know what that means. I haven't watched enough Dr. Cox.
No, Dr. Cox from Scrubs, not Dr. Katz.
Oh.
I've been Dr. Coxing a lot, where I've been like putting my fingers woven together and then putting them on the top of my head.
Oh, I thought you've been just being mean and disrespectful to everyone you come into contact with. In breathless ways, too.
What was the name he...
Calling people girl names and shit.
Yeah, what was the name he called JD?
Bambi.
Bambi.
No, Bambi. No, he called him different girl names.
Yeah, he did.
Susan. I think Bambi is what...
Terry? Did he ever call him Terry?
Is what the Latina nurse called him.
Yeah. Ever call him Terry?
Get closer, man. Get closer to the mic. You're so far away.
No. His name was Perry. That's what it is. That's what I'm fucking up. But I've been doing that a lot, and it bothers me.
Why?
Because I do it, I'm like, oh man, am I actually doing this?
Who cares?
I'm sitting in a chair at work at my desk, and I'm doing it, and I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ, I look like an asshole.
It's fine.
No, I don't like it.
All right, whatever.
It's not, it doesn't seem like it's in my character, but it feels almost natural for me to do.
It's fine. It's fine if you wear like a leather jacket and have your wear shirts with like the what am I trying to think of? Collar up, sunglasses everywhere, and do finger guns, everybody. Yeah.
Finger guns are underappreciated, alright? I think Fonzie ruined finger guns for a while.
No, he didn't.
That's a hot take.
No, he didn't.
He made them too...
readily available? I don't know what you're trying to say. Get closer to the mic, god damn you.
Peter Dinklage gave everyone way too easy of access.
Peter Dinklage?
What did I say, Peter Dinklage?
Also, it's Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
And he was in the first place.
We should talk about more Laurel.
Yeah. Let's get off. You're trying to make some pop culture references, but not understanding anything.
Take the script.
Getting the name wrong completely, not even close to it.
It's the rest of
you need to remind it.
The rest of the alive cast of Happy Days, but it's Peter Dinklage as the Fonz.
Henry Winkler is the only one who doesn't get invited back, even though he works the most out of anybody from the show.
No, Henry Winkler, he's the shark that they jump.
I love Henry Winkler. He's great.
Damn, that was cool. I want him to...
He's a great comedy actor, genuinely.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, too.
Yeah.
He'll do your wedding.
Will he?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
He did Nick Kroll's wedding.
It's probably a friend.
Yeah, but, Nick Kroll's obnoxious, so, he'll do it for you. He'll do it for his ass.
All right. So we cut to, all right, in a scene where Dowie and Orel at school, and they're just coming into class. We see Miss
Sculpt them.
Their teacher.
Sculpt them. I'm not 100%.
It's Sculpt
them.
I think it's Sculpt them.
Sculpt them.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, well,
I must move on.
So some dumbass kid gives the teacher an apple, and she's like, "Ooh, who's gonna be my special helper?" Or whatever.
She says, "You are my special helper today."
Yeah, because gratification. And so Dowie's like, "Ooh, that's a thing." Well, no, he doesn't do that. He
Oh my god, let me explain it.
He gets a C- on a paper or on an assignment, and Sculptum tells Dowie that it's an improvement, and she's like, "Way to go, son," or whatever. And Dowie's fixated on son, and then he's he puts two and two together, and then his brain's like, "Oh, attraction to teacher."
All right, let me explain that better. So she starts giving out papers, graded papers, and she hands Dowie a paper.
It's ungraded.
His paper that says C-, which is improvement for him, she says. Well, she says, "Believe it or not, son, that's an improvement for you." In her sardonic tone of voice. She's Skull, from her general disposition in most episodes, is presented as pretty much hating her job.
Yeah.
And also we learned that Dowie's a bad student, which I don't think we knew before.
Well, no, he's kind of dumb. We kind of knew he was dumb. Kind of always been sort of hinted at that he's kind of a dumb kid.
Yeah.
He's a dumb kid.
He's essentially the Millhouse.
Yeah.
He's to Orel's Bart, I guess. He's the Millhouse.
I don't think Orel's both Bart and Lisa.
Because he's smart, and he also is a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Unintentionally troublemaker, but yeah.
So, okay, hear me out here. Dowie...
But I'm calling him the Bart because he's got a best friend who's a dumb nerd.
So, Dowie is the Millhouse because he's not
he's not cool or...
what's the cops kid? The I'm in Danger?
Not Martin Prince. No, fuck, I get his name right now. Not Martin Prince. I don't know why.
No, isn't that the, don't they kill that kid?
No. How about The Simpsons? Who are you talking about?
I was getting that confused with South Park, I guess. Same type of character.
No, he isn't.
Yeah, but Wiggum's kid. Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph Wiggum.
What's the cop's name?
Chief Wiggum.
Yeah, but what's his actual name?
Chief Wiggum.
Percy?
They don't say his name, so it's just
Chief
Wiggum.
They do, at some point.
They probably have, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay, whatever,
Chief Wiggum.
Pedantry.
Pedophilia, more like. That's you. Every time you be... Again, I'm gonna start going... Goddamn pedophile with his goddamn pedantry. Only pedophiles are pedantic. That's my new ad campaign. I'm gonna start getting posters put up around town. Only pedophiles are pedantic. Ladies, if your man starts mansplaining shit, it's called a pedophile. Shut that shit down right quick.
Oh, dude.
Wait, are you trying to think?
No, go. Because I'm fucking trying to... Me doing that was a means to get it back on track, which is stupid. So look at how red that is.
All right, so...
See that?
Well, I was trying to say, god damn it. All right, and so she calls him son. She says, that's an improvement for you, son, which is the first time Dowie has ever heard someone refer to him as son, which is like the affection that he lacks from his parents who don't refer to him as anything. They refer to him as kid.
Guy.
And so he gains adolescent infatuation, a crush on his teacher.
See, yeah, that
Miss
works.
Sculpin.
That's okay.
Yeah, and he gets the idea to give some of his money that his parents get. I can't say it's like what's the money? Chores money, because he's just getting it to
allowance.
It's not really allowance.
He does call it an allowance at some point.
Yeah, he does, but it's not really allowance.
Yeah, it's really not. They just give it to him for him to fuck off.
Yeah, they want him they want him to go away, which is all the time.
Give him like stacks.
They give him
like with bankrolls on it, like or whatever the fuck it's called.
It's just a funny visual, no real deeper explanation.
Just a fucking chest of drawers.
It would have been funny if they gave him like a bag with like a dollar bill, like a dollar sign on it,
or like a big check,
like
a Doug Dimmadome check.
And so he gains a crush on Miss Sculpin, and he gets the idea to give his money that his parents give him to use his money his parents give him to buy her gifts,
because money can be exchanged for goods or services.
Yeah, and he starts buying her all these elaborate gifts, which she accepts because she just likes these things.
Yeah.
And she starts using a child as a sugar daddy, essentially. And
rewriting what a sugar baby is.
Yep. The sugar baby is already the sugar daddy.
So, for whatever reason, so I think it's really funny when people go, baby, like they say something, they're like, that's how it is, baby, or some shit, you know what I'm talking about?
When people say baby? Just that intonation?
A way people say baby, that is kind of always it's kind of a joke now. I see people do it.
Okay.
I always think it's funny.
Anyways, I'm sorry.
Let's get on back with, I was going to do the baby thing, but then I stumbled over my words. Holy God, dude, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ.
I keep on telling you to get close to the mic.
Man, Jesus. It's just the couch is comfy and I don't like hunching my back like that.
It's not good for our backs, but I mean, this is the situation we got to work with.
These are the just continue.
All right. So, but eventually he runs out of money.
Yeah, because money's a finite thing.
Yeah, and Orel, as well as parents, haven't given him any more money. And Orel tells him to take advantage of the pedophilic infatuation that the local ice cream man, Mr. Creepler, has on him to get money from him and to get gifts from him. So he repackages the gifts and gives it to Miss Sculpin, including a trip to Paris.
How?
I guess that had to be unsupervised. His parents don't do anything with him.
But really, how? How does that work?
What?
Did he just like contort himself into a suitcase?
Who?
Dowie. How do you re-gift a trip to Paris? Oh. Or do you think that he just convinced Creepler?
Well, Creepler and her were both in Paris with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So no, I'm assuming that they all went to Paris. Not probably on the same. I mean, I don't know if on the same plane, but they all went to Paris.
Probably on the same plane.
Yeah, probably on the same plane.
It makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Why take two? If you're gonna have three people,
also Mr. Creepler is very, very rich for an ice cream man.
Well, no, I'm thinking of Hey Arnold.
I don't know how much ice cream man make, but probably not.
No, I was gonna say it's because Creepler, his dad has a really big ice cream company, and he works for him because he's trying to prove himself to him.
Is this a Hey Arnold joke?
This is a Hey Arnold joke.
Okay.
Also, that one hits you, right?
I don't remember this episode.
Oh, okay.
Legitimately,
the
sorry.
Jolly Ollie Man? Oh, okay.
I haven't. Sorry.
Dude, Hey Arnold was a good show.
It is a great show. My mom actually, I was talking about J.K. Rowling and her transphobia with my mom. She says, don't even lie that you loved Hey Arnold as a kid. And I'm like, what does that got to do with Harry Potter? I think it's because I said I've never been a big fan of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
She says, why even lie? And I was like, no. And I said, when? And she was like, oh, yeah, you're right. That's true.
Wait.
He said, don't even lie about Hey Arnold.
In your mom's defense, Hey Arnold and Harry Potter sound similar.
No, but I think she was just... And then she said, I've never denied loving Hey Arnold. It was just weird.
I was actually thinking about the
closer to my
Do you remember the Saw Your Face Then Wow song?
Nope.
That was a song. It's a Phoebe episode.
Man, sorry.
It was a pop star.
There's a lot. I haven't watched Hey Arnold forever.
Dude, I just, for whatever reason, remember a lot about Hey Arnold.
Yeah. Would you say that's your favorite childhood? Get closer to Mike.
Oh, hell no.
Childhood cartoon?
Hell no.
What is it?
Dude, we could spend 4 hours on this.
Closer to the mic.
Here's what I'll say about Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold is one of the cartoons I appreciate more as an adult than I did as a kid.
Yeah.
And that I remember more fondly now than I appreciated it as a kid.
Yeah.
So
It's like...
wasn't a favorite when I was a kid. It was alright. I watched a lot of it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was good.
I didn't appreciate it a lot. I appreciate King of the Hill a lot more than I did as a kid.
See, I watched King of the Hill.
I watched it as a kid as well. I just
Yeah.
didn't appreciate it as much.
So I watched it as like a teenager.
Because it was super dry.
See, I hated King of the Hill until it came on Adult Swim and I was forced to watch it. And then I fell in love with it.
I didn't hate it. I just
And
didn't
I watched
love
it. I didn't either. But I didn't hate it. But it wasn't like the funniest thing to me. And
Yeah.
then I just, it was on so often. I watched it like 3 times in succession. And I was like, damn.
Good show.
I really started relating to Bobby at a certain point. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Good show.
Good show.
Back to Moral Orel again. We're still on this episode. Jesus Christ. We're 33 minutes in.
Can I be real with you?
What?
It's like every 10 minutes we go
veer
back.
off. Yeah.
No, we go back to talking about Moral Orel. It's like we start talking about Moral Orel at the beginning of a 10-minute segment.
Yeah.
And then we, like, by the end of 10 minutes, we've drifted off.
Yeah.
And then we bring it back.
Bring it on back.
We've talked.
All right.
This is a fucking 11-minute episode
Yep.
of a fucking TV show.
Eventually, Dewey realizes that she's just using him to get things.
Yeah, because she likes things.
Yeah. And this is after he's asked her for probably for the 100th time if they can go steady.
Yeah.
And she says no. There's also a hotel in the episode in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Called the something.
Le Hotel de Go Steady.
Yeah, so stupid. But
That is a very
silly gag.
Bang Bang style.
Yeah.
Comedy joke.
And she says
Thanks for picking up my drink and then putting it back in the exact same spot.
I doubt.
I did too.
Yeah.
It looks like it, right?
Yeah, it does.
But it's not. It's the shadow.
Yeah.
It's root beer.
Yeah.
But it's a shadow.
Root beer shadow.
So I was a really big kid. I was like very fat as
Yeah.
a child. And so, dude, every day, you know, I'd start out at the beginning of the day, clean shaven. By about noon, just had a ridiculous root beer shadow.
Just a root beer face.
I actually, I didn't really drink root beer as a kid. I drank a lot of Mountain Dew in 4th grade for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And,
Mountain Dew tastes like shit.
yeah, dude, I can do like Mountain Dew throwback every once in a while.
Yeah, I just
It's
don't.
real sugar.
I just don't like Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's a little much. I like Baja Blast a lot though.
Yeah.
But fuck Taco Bell. What else was I was gonna say? Dude, Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to a Hawaiian Punch.
You're
Burns
allergic
my
to
skin
it?
out, yeah.
Oh.
Like if I get it on my skin for too long. But also when I was a kid, you remember those?
What do you
like,
mean? You bathing in Hawaiian Punch? I don't understand.
You remember those bottles as a kid where you like peeled the thing on the top? Like you peeled around the bottle and popped the top off?
Get.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it was like kind of wide mouth. So I would suck inside, like suck the air out of the bottle.
Yeah.
And have my lips like inside the bottle. So I would basically give myself this hickey around my lips all the time as a kid whenever I got one of those Hawaiian Punch bottles and like a Lunchable.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I was ever allergic to Hawaiian Punch or if that's just what I did every time I had them. And my mom had to tell me I was allergic so I would quit doing it or what. But I would literally get this giant.
When was the last time you had a Hawaiian Punch?
Oh,
Was it as a kid?
No, we used to make jungle juice with Hawaiian Punch when I was drinking a lot.
Which jungle juice?
Jungle juice.
I'm not a drinker.
Everybody has a recipe for jungle juice. Jungle juice is supposed to be where you take all the small bottles or the small amounts of liquor you have left.
Yeah.
It's like a college drink. You take, like, you don't have one full bottle or enough of one liquor to get everyone sufficiently drunk. So you combine all your, you know, almost empty bottles of liquor into the
college
bathtub.
party shit.
Yeah, into the bathtub, and then you cut up a bunch of fruit and pour like fruit punch in it to make it palatable. And then you serve it out of your bathtub. You don't have to use a bathtub. That's just the joke. But jungle juice, we used to make it where
Frat party shit. Like.
yeah, we just just made punch basically. You would do we would take Malibu rum, which is like it's coconut
Bobby's.
rum and coconut liqueur, and then you take we would do the orange Hawaiian punch, and we would take canned pineapple, specifically canned pineapple, because canned pineapple has been sitting in its own juices and it's acidic, so it breaks down the fruit.
Yeah.
So the fruit absorbs the alcohol quicker rather than fresh fruit.
Yeah.
Fresh fruit has to soak for a while, so then you can eat the fruit that's in there, and it gets you drunk as shit.
Is this like your favorite college like party activity after date rape?
Jesus Christ, man. You know, actually, so we did this a lot when I was 19. And this shit, so when I was 19, I quit drinking for 2 years. Until I was about to turn 21, and I started drinking to get my tolerance up so I could drink legally.
Yeah.
But I had to quit drinking at 19.
Okay, why?
Did I ever tell you that story where,
Why'd you stop?
did I ever tell you that story where I was at a party?
No, why would you stop? So were you waiting for me to see why? To ask you why?
No.
You were just had to keep drinking, and it sounded like you were waiting for someone to ask you why.
Was I fishing?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
I wasn't aiming to fish.
Was it aiming to fish? Listen, I brought these sticks out, but it was not aiming to fish.
You know, I
may have brought this
spent
all this bait to this lake, but I wasn't aiming to fish. Just kind
I
of
woke
happened.
up at 4 this morning and dug holes in the ground trying to get night crawlers, but I didn't aim to come out and fish.
I may be wearing all this, like, may have got on my boat and brought. I wasn't aiming to fish. Anyways, I actually want to get back to Orel now. All right. After they get back from Paris,
You know, we've been jamming a lot today on our guitars and our instruments here, but I didn't mean to fish with a PH. Okay, I'm done.
All right, so
That's the extent of that joke.
he realizes that she's using him, and he run, and he's like, I'm gonna go do what I should have done in the first place and reciprocate.
We never brought that up.
What?
So this whole time,
No, I did bring up that he's been like using people.
no, what Creepler always asked for in return.
Oh yeah, I specifically Creepler throughout the episode asked for Doey to get into the back of his
van,
his ice cream truck.
Yeah,
and
which we all know.
Yeah, just so he can molest him in the back of the truck.
Yeah,
and like the episode was more subtle than us.
Yeah,
yeah. And he runs out of Sculpin's classroom in the school in a romantic movie. Like, can't believe I've been ignoring this girl who's actually more interested in me than this this mean girl. Like, they were making fun of that trope in movies, but with a child who's being creeped on.
Mr. Creepler, you look so good without your glasses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he goes and he agrees to get into the back of Creepler's truck. And eventually, and like the music plays, and eventually Doey quickly runs out of the van.
Like, ew!
Implying most likely that Creepler probably pulled his penis out, and then he was
something gross happened.
Yeah, which is, it made me laugh so hard the first time I saw this episode that happened. Probably the main thing I remember about this episode was Doey running out of the truck after going ew.
Jesus Christ! And then
no, it's pretty funny. Come on,
it is kind of funny.
It's pretty funny.
So we didn't bring it up, but that's basically the episode, right?
Yeah, and then Doey, he gets another wrong lesson from Orel about how good his life is, and how his parents actually love him. And then we just see him sitting outside the house all night while his parents have sex.
Yeah. So it's also a gag that happens is they hide the key.
Oh yeah.
For Doey, normally it's
in a different place. Every day,
and they don't tell him where it is.
Yeah.
And so we see Doey sitting there, and he sings like 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Yeah.
Or milk or whatever the fuck. And he does it like 3 full ass times.
Yeah.
And that's a long song, man. 99 is a lot of verses. And so then on one of the papers that Sculptum hands back to him, we see his last name, and it's Doey Latchkey.
Yeah.
And that immediately follows that scene, so it's kind of a little gag.
Yeah, it's funny.
And
that's all my observations about this episode. It's the episode where we learned a lot about Doey.
Yeah.
The first background, like, Doey-centric episode.
So, real quick, does that happen again? Do we get another Doey episode?
We get a lot of centric episodes. I don't know about people other than Orel in season 3. I don't know about Doey. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I mainly remember episodes focusing on Orel's parents and giving us their background.
Don't we get one on Doey's parents though?
No.
Oh, we don't.
The episode I was bringing up when we were when it's revealed that they went to high school with I think Stephanie.
Yeah.
Sex shop girl. Yeah. Is about her.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So now in episode 16 of Orel season 2. What's the episode called?
School pageant.
Is it just called School Pageant?
Pretty sure, yeah.
All right.
If it's not, I'll get it in post.
It starts with a Peter, Paul, and Mary-esque...
Oh, that's what they were going for?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's, I think, what's primarily a parody of.
Yeah.
Peter, Paul, and Mary, you know them? They were a folk music
Yeah, I can put it together.
trio.
For the sake of the podcast,
Yeah.
we're just going to go along with it, Bobby.
Yeah. And we've seen the poster for them in Orel's room many times.
The Crucifolks.
Yeah, the Crucifolks. A religious, because it's Morrilton,
Hippie band?
folk music band.
Okay, yeah, all right. It's another one of those great opening scenes where they're in the car on the way to church. The Orel family.
Is that how it starts in this one?
Yeah.
I think it's just at their concert. At a concert for the Crucifolks.
You're right.
And the Crucifolks, and after they end their performance...
that's 17.
Yeah, the couple that's in the Crucifolks announced the breakup of the group to the surprise of the third member of the group.
Yeah.
Who is what's his name? Did you write his name?
I did.
All right. So while Bobby reads the name,
Dale Armitage.
Dale Armitage.
Armitage.
Yeah.
Where's the joke there?
There's no joke.
Oh, okay.
I think Armitage is just like a name. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
There's a character I don't think we're going to see again, so I don't think he cared about making a joke out of his name.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just throw it away.
Yeah. Who already doesn't have one eyebrow due to probably stress picking at his eyebrow.
Well, it's hinted at that it is the stress pick.
Yeah.
Like, it's more than probably.
That's exactly what you're saying. Exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Odds are he picked his eyebrow.
Yes, because we see him throughout the episode picking at his other eyebrow, the one he has left.
So you could say that it's probably the case that he picked his other eyebrow off.
Oh my God. We're moving on. He didn't. After that, he announces that to like one up them, and he impulsively says that he's writing a musical,
A Broadway musical.
Yeah,
In that fashion.
Yes, and he announces that he's writing. Yeah, he announces that, and then we see 3 months later him he is at Orel's school, and he announces that he's writing a musical about Jesus.
Because of course.
And he's gonna be done at Orel's school.
It's called Crooning Jesus.
That's it. Yeah. And Orel, and he makes a mistake of not hiring Orel to do the role.
Yeah.
Of not letting Orel play Jesus in it, and he lets a Jewish kid with a beautiful voice.
A Jewish kid for Jesus, play Jesus.
Why? This is again this is pedantry.
They're the Jews for Jesus.
Yes, but I know
those are those characters.
I know.
The Jews for Jesus.
But they're still just Jews, really.
Yeah, but like for the canon of the show, for the characters within.
But it barely plays a
the
role
universe.
in the episode.
Well, kind of does, because his uncle is a big time theater producer.
I know,
which is
but
like kind of
the fact that they're Jews for Jesus does not play a role in the episode.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man. If you really want this to be the rest of the episode to be short, these details don't matter. Like,
okay, all right. Well, one of the songs is weren't
we supposed to get the voice actor that played the voice of the Jewish kid?
What?
The voice of the Jewish kid.
We were supposed to look that
up.
The
singing voice, yeah.
We never did that.
I thought we did.
I mean, I can try to do that in post.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah,
doesn't really matter. But
one of the songs that was sung was entitled "Key to Heaven's Door." The hook on it is "Not a Jew anymore."
And also the other reason why Dale got that kid, let that kid play Jesus, is because the main reason is that kid's uncle is a Broadway producer.
Yeah.
And he was hoping he would attend. And he does, and everybody in town wanted Orel to be Jesus.
Because Orel's like the golden child.
Yeah, the town.
Yeah, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Despite the turmoil that he puts everyone through.
Yeah. Everyone loves him. He's the sweetest kid in town and everything.
Yeah.
That's also pretty much how they portray him. He's probably the sweetest kid in town.
Yeah. He brings people together.
Yeah. Either in chaos he creates or just like people listen to him.
He's pure.
Yeah. And
he's pure in like a howdy doody way.
Yeah. And they let him perform. He plays Judas in it.
Yeah, because he couldn't get the role of Jesus, and the next best role is Judas.
Yeah, and
then he kills it as Judas.
And Judas's villain song.
Yeah, which is like,
I hate you, Jesus.
You, Jesus.
You dirty, rotten fiend. or something like that.
Yeah. Something
And
like that. I can't remember.
It's pretty funny, like comedy song.
Yeah.
Like
it's pretty
sacrilegious.
Too, yeah.
Comedy song.
And then we, it becomes infectious to the rest of the town.
Yeah.
They can't stop singing it by the end of the episode.
But Dale fails in getting Korean Jesus to become a Broadway musical because the Broadway producer uncle didn't like it because he said the musical sucks. Besides the Judas's villain song.
Yeah, the Judas. Yeah.
Proving that he was probably wrong to hire that kid to play Jesus, despite his beautiful singing voice, because people like Orel a lot more than they liked his songs or the kid playing Jesus.
Yeah. We have another iteration of the not shapey.
Yeah, another line. Yeah, there's another line where Orel tries to tell his parents that
Do you think that
block is not shapey.
Do you think that somebody's already cataloged that online? And we could just take their information? Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know about the Moral Orel fan site community.
But the wiki has.
Probably. But do you want the viruses off of going on a wiki?
Oh, that's cool, dude. I have a MacBook.
Oh, yeah. Wiki sites are so many ads popping up, man.
Really?
Pretty much all of them. The only one they suck. Yeah.
Dude, I don't have that experience.
That's
On my phone as well.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just like a Xbox thing.
No, that happens on my phone as well. It happens on my phone. Yeah.
Interesting.
They suck. Memory Alpha didn't use this stuff. Memory Alpha is the Star Trek wiki. I don't know what happened, but they suck now too.
Oh, like I'm talking about .wikia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. Weird. Different experience.
Yeah. We experience wiki sites differently.
Dude, maybe it's because I'm white.
Wiki sites are racist.
Yeah.
Instinctively. I just know this person's black.
They look at like the rest of your search history, which is like wider than mine.
You don't know my search history. Dare you?
We should compare search history.
I don't want you to see my search. All right. Yeah. I simply don't want that.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right.
Let's move on.
I thought you used an incognito tab for everything.
No.
Oh, okay.
I just sometimes have it.
Oh, okay.
I do not look at. Not look pornography on my phone. Anyways, back to the show. Where were we?
Episode 17.
Did we finish talking about episode 16?
I mean, 16 just kind of ends.
Yeah. No, he gets his. Yeah. Okay. You're right. Yeah.
It just kind of ends.
What happens in 17?
Oh, no, real quick. We did want to make a note on 16 just about the cinematography that's getting used. There's
this one shot of Orel walking into the auditorium.
Yeah.
Or theater at his school.
Yeah.
And Dale Armitage is talking with Reverend Putty, and Reverend Putty suggesting some unfunny joke, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't get the specifics of the joke, but it's a very beautiful shot. There's some really good cinematography in this episode.
Yeah.
I have written down something about teeth.
Huh?
I have something about teeth linked to the cinematography. So maybe I'll find that while I'm editing.
Yeah.
But 17 is a presence for God or good. I'm not 100%.
It's forgot. But what's the plot again?
So we open up. This is one of those wonderful scenes where it's the Puddington family.
Can you remind me what the plot of the episode so I can have any idea of what we're talking about? Because I've totally forgotten.
Sinville.
Okay, gotcha.
It always impresses me when I can just say one word and you get it. Right. So it opens up with the scene. They're driving to church. It's a Go God Go, and it's like a Beach Boys style thing. And, God revs up his wrath because God is like a hot rod car.
No, he has a
piping hot wrath.
He has like a motorcycle.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I think it's like Beach Boys mixed with like parody of Shangri-La's Leader of the Pack or stuff like that.
Okay.
Just like dramatic love songs in the 60s that had like I don't know, 60s songs that had like sound effects in it and shit.
I thought it was more of a
and it was more specifically Beach Boys type shit though.
Like the
surf rock type shit.
Yeah. Okay. So we open up on that, and then so it's a church sermon, and we get another cynical Reverend Putty.
But he seems extra cynical.
Yeah.
More than usual.
Sermon.
Yes.
He gives a sermon about how there's no souls left to save.
Yeah.
That everybody in Morrilton, and nobody's a sinner.
It's really all about him being virginal and
not not having had sex.
Yeah. And Orel more than likely subconsciously realizes that, or something like that.
Well, no, I think he just thinks that Putty is looking for a soul to save. He realizes that, that's like one of the things that brings, or that God gives people joy for doing. Yeah. And he realizes that is what Putty's whole job is.
Yeah, and he goes to Sinville, a town right next to Morrilton.
Yeah, he basically just, I don't have how he found out about Sinville.
I can't remember myself.
I think, was that a Dowie thing? I mean, he brings Dowie along.
Yeah, I can't remember
to Sinville. And Sinville's like this Mardi Gras style place.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Everyone seems happy there, unlike Morrilton.
And then Morel asks just a guy that like won't stop smiling.
Yeah.
On the street.
Who's Catholic, which is a sin.
Yeah, and he scares Morel off with the Catholic shit.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a... Ooh. So he stumbles across a brothel, basically. Realizes that he gets told by somebody... Just follow the smiling men. Yeah. And the smiling men.
And he realizes that these women at this brothel make man happy.
And they are sinners. Yeah. They have the most sin. They are the souls most deserving of saving. Yeah. Because they are with the most sin.
So he sends them to Reverend Putty back in Morrilton to save them.
Yeah. And then there's like a transphobe joke. One of the women has a man voice. Yeah. And that's supposed to be the joke.
The main type of transphobic joke. Like decades.
Yeah, and
Drake and Josh has one.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
that one's rough.
Yeah, it's not any more rough than the usual. Man, it's just like the joke.
Yeah,
the roughest ones are in hip hop songs from the late '80s and early '90s. That's the roughest transphobe joke.
Really?
Yeah, because all of them ended with them getting murdered for being trans. Yeah.
What song?
Do you
have an example?
Jizza has a song. Well, not which one is it? Yes, Jizza, I think.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Straight up on his first album.
Jeez. All right. Okay. Well, Putty picks the redhead to say first.
We're anti-transphobia.
Yeah, we're anti-transphobia. We're pro redhead hooker though.
Trans women are women.
Trans women are women. Trans lives
matter.
Yeah. Black trans lives.
Yeah.
Black lives matter.
Okay, we get it. Let's get back to the show.
Blue or we're through. Dye my hair purple. I'm an SJW.
Oh my god, let's get back to the goddamn show.
I was trying to make some sort of joke there about being a lib. So basically,
they have sex with Reverend Putty, and next day he's cool and smoking a cigarette while giving.
He turns into like this weird beatnik douchebag. Like, he's like, y'all need to just take it easy, and he does some shit where he's like,
and then Orel realizes that these women make men happy, and so he starts
because men are saving women,
bringing exactly. So
and men are saving these women's souls.
But he doesn't realize they essentially start prostituting these women.
Yeah,
around Morrilton.
He becomes their pimp. He arranges the Johns to meet them, and then for whatever reason there appear to be two.
It's also apparently they're spreading STDs around the town as well.
And apparently.
Also, what? Okay, near the end of the episode, right before when Clay learns about it, that Orel's the one sending these women around. He orders two of them.
Yeah. In the two phone booths in Orel's backyard.
Yeah. Is it on the playground or the backyard?
I think it might actually be on the playground. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But he got two. He became rich enough to get two.
And Orel's, and he realizes Orel's the one's,
pimping.
Yeah, pimping these women.
And
but right before we see like a red.
Yeah, he's got a herpy.
He's got a herpy, which implies that he's used these women's services before.
Yeah.
But if he just learned Orel's, then how to use it before?
Because he called from a different phone booth.
No,
that wasn't right across from Orel's phone booth.
Yeah.
He's also trying to save two women at once.
Yeah.
So then, basically doesn't, after Orel realizes that his dad's saving these women. That's basically it, right?
Yeah, sheesh, man.
Doesn't it just kind of?
Yeah, I think this is one. He still orders, or he says, "I'll meet me in my study after I order the."
In an hour.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I need those 2 women to be saved within the next hour."
Yeah.
Or something like that, and pretty much Orel. There's no.
I think it's another one where just kind of no real ending.
Yeah, there's no real repercussions here.
What happens in the next one?
Next one's 19.
What happens?
That's Nature. This is the first episode of Nature.
Let me see. Are you sure?
Am I sure? Your mom says yes.
Let me check. Get your bag up. Get your credit card. Get it.
Oh, yeah, no, 18 is
Orel's
the
movie premiere. Yeah. All right.
We're doing 4.
Yep. That's I said 4 at the beginning. You said 3.
Huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why? Wait, so this all... No. You know why?
Why?
We were going to do 16, 17, 18 because we forgot 15.
Yeah.
So we could have just done 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a big 4?
Yeah. Let's do 4.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. All right.
The longer Orel episodes seem to get better views. Which is odd, because it's the complete opposite in the porn world. It's the shorter Orel videos that...
All right. Episode 18, Orel's movie premiere, which is like right before the season's most dramatic 2-parter.
Well, I mean, it's the episode before it.
Yes, the penultimate episode. This episode is technically the penultimate episode of the season.
You could definitely argue that. But canonically, we don't know.
What?
Canonically, it doesn't necessarily happen right beforehand.
It probably does.
It could happen after.
No, it's before. Because season 3 is all about the repercussions of on Orel. All right, let me
Pause.
Pause. All right, I just explained the canon and chronological disorder of season 3. Well, there is a chronological order to season 3. It's just complicated and complex.
It's complicated.
Yeah. This episode
More Orel.
that does take place probably not immediately before the trip, but it does take place before the trip that happens in the next 2 episodes.
Okay, that'll probably make more sense to me in the 3rd season.
Yeah.
So Orel has been making a stop motion movie this whole time.
Yeah, as you saw in the end credits of it.
Yeah, every single episode almost. Yeah. Sorry. So, he's gathered a whole bunch of people from the town.
Pretty much all the characters that matter.
Yeah.
All the adult characters that matter.
And somehow.
And all the kid characters that matter as well.
Does Joe come up?
Joe's the bully, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in it.
Well, does he come up in the 3rd season?
What, episode about him? Does he get an episode?
Maybe not an episode, but something about it.
He does get an episode.
Oh, okay. So, the name of Orel's movie is it's a crack pastry bag zombies, the unholy trinity.
Yeah. Which is pretty much the whole movie's like events that happened in previous episodes, callbacks to previous episodes.
Yeah, it's almost like a fan service.
Yeah.
Sort of episode.
It's because they knew the creators did this episode because they knew what the next episode would change the status quo of the show forever.
Okay, yeah. that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's probably a pretty solid move.
Like calling back to everything that happened before. And it's like, this is before things get really wild with the show.
Let's do something kind of wacky.
And he sees this claymation movie, which is hilariously inept. He has all sorts of weird claymation, bad voice acting, which is just them behind the sheet that they're filming on. And the sheet is Orel's dad's bed sheet.
Yeah,
pea stained.
Yeah,
it just clearly Clay's pea stained bed sheet.
It's like dead center.
Yeah,
because Clay and Roberta don't share a bed.
No,
so they both sleep on like a twin size bed.
Yeah,
and so we should also say, like, we see in the little clips at the end of every episode, he's using like an old school reel-to-reel recorder, like video recorder. So there is no audio.
No.
So basically, he just puts it on projector mode, and
he has a script, and he and Dowie are reading the voices.
Yeah, and
it's got some pretty great lines in this episode. Like, one of my favorites is about him masturbating in the bathroom at school. And what episode is that? I can't remember, but
yeah, I don't remember the episode
title. I remember the episode. But
yeah,
I can't remember the title. Says,
so
sometimes I just sit on here and let my mind wander, and it's like.
So he announces that his film is stop motion, and then we get this big gasp from the audience.
Yeah,
just a cute little gag.
Also, some of the adults don't appreciate how they're being portrayed in the movie.
Yeah, especially Clay.
Yeah,
because he's literally he's a drinking rabid dog.
Yeah, with red eyes.
But Orel,
which I think is subconscious on Orel's part.
Yeah, he explains it by saying that because his dad is so loyal and loving, like, but his dad's like a villainous looking dog-like creature who keeps drinking.
Glug glug glug.
Yeah.
And Reverend Putty appreciates his betrayal until he reminds him that he doesn't need anyone.
And he's happy being alone forever. So, real quick, back to Clay. So Orel says that, he has Clay's character, yelling at Orel, like, I'm gonna go, oh my God. Gonna beat you in my study, and that's all. And that's all that happens in the study.
Yeah.
Like, very explicit about the beating, but very clear that he's just being beat in the study.
I don't think there's a deeper meaning. I think that was just like, because that's funny to say that.
Yeah.
No, the show never implies that anything else happened in that study.
I feel like that's something that Orel is saying to make it sound less worse.
Yeah.
Or less bad.
Yeah. Less worse.
Yeah.
He went to college.
Hey, we've talked about this, man. I didn't get a degree in English. I use philosophy with words that aren't that good.
A word bad. That word. Alright. And things are running.
My women and gender studies degree taught me that bitch is bad word. Cunt is also a bad word. And I do not use those bad words.
Things are running smoothly.
All I learned was bad words not to use as words.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I was trying to make
until Joe, the kid bully.
Yeah.
Orel's a guy who I guess bullies Orel on occasion.
Yeah. But he
takes over the film.
Yeah, he's probably like an outsider unless he's around like a few kids. I feel like he's in big crowds. He just tries to blend in. Just as a character analysis, he seems that way. Also, Dowie is literally a potato.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking wad of clay.
Yep. He's just dough. No.
He looks like a potato.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a wad of clay. And
so then we see Joe kind of takes over,
and he just like he starts like both pointing, just like bluntly stating things.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember what he bluntly states at one point.
When he's talking about Principal Fakey, he's like,
oh yeah, Principal Fakey's affair with Nurse
yeah,
Nurse
he
Bendy.
just
He just straight up says
well,
it.
Principal Fakey, he cheats on his wife. With Nurse Bendy.
With stupid Nurse Bendy.
And like,
yeah, Joe's very observant.
Yeah.
Straight up knows that that's what's happening.
And
Joe doesn't mince words about it.
He keeps like using these like really bad kid improv things. Like he's like,
be really stupid 10 years ago.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna be really dumb starting from 10 years ago. Like, about, yeah.
I love the that's my favorite joke in the episode, just for like, that is kid improv. That is how kids improvise, just like nonsense.
Yeah.
Kids don't know that adding dashes of nonsense is funny improv, but just say like stuff that makes no sense and does not work at all.
Because it's kid style insults.
Yeah.
Like, I hate you more than infinity. I hate you more than in double infinity.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So then like
he says, I can't remember what point, I think maybe it was on the part of the thing that reflects the zombie episode.
Yeah.
That he says, wow, death comes to us all. Wow, I don't want to think about that.
That's pretty scary. I'm not going to think about that anymore.
Yeah.
And then he just moves on.
Yeah.
And then he, when he gets to Blabberta.
No, that's at the end, after the film's over. Yeah, he stands in front of the sheet and he acknowledges all the adults.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Calls them all stupid, and then he like...
individually. Like,
yeah, he insults every adult except Blabberta. And he says, Blabberta Pumpington, how you doing? You having a good time? Implying that Joe has an adolescent crush.
Yeah.
I think it's the only time they ever acknowledged that, but that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Also, like, it could just, be a thing, because it's a like,
respectful?
A mom. Yeah, of women.
He's not respectful in general. He even called Miss Brendy stupid. So I think
it's not even about women. It's probably more so that.
Yeah. He also, in his background, in his centric episode in season 3, we straight up learned that he doesn't know who his mom is. So it does.
So, well, he probably looks at Blabberta, who's like this figure of a...
No, I think it's just a crush. I don't think it's that deep, honestly.
Blabberta is sort of like everything a mom. She fits that mom stereotype really heavy. Like,
but I think it's more of a crush thing they're going for.
Okay. And that...
No, there's a final joke.
What's the final joke?
It's like, I guess what happened to my film is, with Joe is like how sometimes things get misunderstood and misconstrued for devious purposes or something like that.
Oh,
and then he scratches his head with a Bible.
Yeah. Good sight gag.
Yeah. And that's Orel's movie premiere.
Yeah, in this episode, you already said that. I thought you said that about the last episode. I'm sorry. This episode is very, recappy almost.
Yeah, it's almost a clip show.
Yeah, no, it's definitely their clip show.
Yeah.
Which, I think is good. Kind of...
Sorry.
Was that a fart?
Yeah, no. Stretching. Get closer to the mic.
Oh, really? So it's really one of those episodes that exists for a reason. It's kind of... What's the term? Sugar something?
What?
Like, not sugar coating, but it's like...
Get closer to the mic.
It's like sugar something.
I don't think you're for a word that has sugar in it.
No, there's like a word. It's used when a show, it's kind of like feel goody. And it's not.
I don't know what you're looking for, man.
I always hear it.
Sugar coating?
Not sugar coating, but it's like sugar something. They use it about The Simpsons a lot.
Don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Because it's the calm before the storm that is the next 2 episodes.
Yeah. And, really, really kind of eases the mood. It's a simple episode. It's funny. It's still poignant, still points towards the shit, but it's also extremely lighthearted.
It's not extremely lighthearted.
Well, it's not.
What do you mean it's saying? I think the best description is just calm before the storm.
Yeah. Well, it highlights the innocence in the midst of all the shit. It kind of highlights Orel's innocence and his
how he doesn't truly understand how fucked this town really is and how fucked up the authority figures around him are.
And it's kind of an acknowledgement of it. Like he has this understanding of the world and he's trying to present it in this in a very innocent fashion.
Yeah.
But even that is sort of ruined.
Yeah.
And
it's corrupted by Joe.
Exactly. And
a
in
more
its corruption,
cynical child.
And in its corruption, it sort of is, I don't want to say foreshadowing, but it kind of leads into the next 2 episodes. It kind of...
I would say it's more of a thematic foreshadow, more than anything.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's not really a foreshadowing at all, but...
It sort of sets the tone for the next episode, oddly enough.
And the next episode sets the tone for season 3 in general.
Yeah, but I think that episode 18, I think Orel's movie premiere kind of... And I'm sure it probably was intentional, but it kind of seems unintentionally.
No, I think it was intentional, completely.
Like, it really does set that tone. It sort of...
Get close to the mic.
It sort of highlights the... apologize. It sort of is the...
Again, you're far from the mic.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it back in my ear. And my back hurts. I can't lean too far forward. It sort of brings that clash of innocence and corruption to a head, in a way.
Yeah.
And then it boils over in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah. Well, not really in a head, because Orel's still just as innocent as he was earlier in the episode at the end.
Yeah, but I think, like, in terms of plot and in terms of what we know...
Yeah.
Kind of brings everything to a head. It highlights both sides, the corruption and the innocence, which are the major themes of the next 2 episodes.
I don't know about that.
Well, maybe not so. Maybe corruption's the wrong word, but you can say it corrupts his innocence.
In this episode, no.
No, the next episodes.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't say his innocence is even corrupted. It's shattered.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that the episode 18 sort of highlights the 2 major themes of the next 2 episodes. Sort of the clash of innocence with how disgusting everything is in actuality.
I think it's Orel. I think it does foreshadow a thing that we do realize in the next episode, which is that Orel does know about how fucked up some things are.
But he chooses.
Yeah, to ignore them for the most part and keep his optimism.
Yeah. His dumb kid.
He's not...
Yeah, but it's like that kid's innocence that I don't want to look or like allow myself to give in to how bad things are. I want to continue
I don't want to
believe.
face it.
Yeah. Almost like I don't want to face it.
Because I'm a child, yeah.
Exactly. Like the world can't be this way.
Yeah.
But then you're grappling that harsh reality that it is.
Specifically with his dad, which comes up in the next episode. Nature, which is episode 19 and 20, which we will cover, not in this episode.
In the next episode, we will cover the next episode.
Yes. This has been 2004 Podcast. I'm Javon Gordon. Get closer to the mic.
I'm Get Closer to the Mic, Bobby DeVore. And,
closer to the mic, DeVore.
Let us know how you like this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. And then, season 3, we might switch it up. Might do something different.
Yeah.
For season 3. But, come to 2004 Podcast Odyssey for all your adult animation needs. For all your adult...
Specifically this show. There's other shows that cover Adult Swim shows.
For all your adult animation coverage needs. For all your adult animation information.
At least it's not as funny as you think it is.
Most things aren't. That's the way most things are that come out of my mouth.
I don't want to say that.
What?
This has been 2004. I'm Javon Gordon.
I'm Bobby DeVore.
Bye-bye.
Javon's going to tell me something that's going to hurt my feelings after the show.
No, it won't. Not true.